Hey everyone and welcome. I am going to take you through a beautiful slow class today. So this is going to be a pretty short one, but a really nice one if you just feel like you need to shift a little bit of energy, if you're feeling a little bit niggly or tight or stagnant, or if you don't really have the energy for a big full-length class, this is the one for you. I have a block just because I always like to have one handy. So if you've got one, grab one. And if you don't stress. We can absolutely do the practice without it. So today we're actually going to get started in a tabletop. So making your way onto hands and knees. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Your knees underneath your hips. Toes can be untucked. And just allowing for this neutral spine, so a natural curve in your spine here, and your head, neck relaxed. You may like to close your eyes here, or you can just soften your gaze. You're just gazing softly down toward your mat. Relax your glutes. We're just going to take a few grounding breaths right here without movement. So taking a nice full breath in. And complete exhale. Again, big breath in, feeling the back of your lungs expanding. And exhale, feel it all relax and soften. Inhale, feel your belly expanding. Exhale, feel it relax and soften. And inhale, feel your chest expanding. And exhale, relax and soften. One more big breath in, your whole torso expanding. And exhale, relax and soften. Beautiful. Let's start to bring in some movement here. So we might start with some circles of your hips, just going in one direction. If it feels more intuitive for you to take a figure 8 movement, you can absolutely do that. And you might just move up and around your hips and your knees, or you might bring the movement up and past your wrists as well and shoulders. So allowing this movement to be nice and slow. And then I invite you here to alter or modify this movement in any way so that it just feels really nice and nourishing for your body. So don't worry about what it looks like or if it constitutes as yoga, whatever you're doing. I want you to just move in a way that feels really nice for your body, for your spine, for your joints. If you need to pause and linger somewhere for an extra breath, you can do that. Taking this moment to kind of check in, just notice where those tight spots are. Anywhere that you need to send a little more love or awareness to. You can go in the other direction if you're going one way. They don't have to be circular movements. You might be moving a little side to side or shifting back and forth or rocking. Letting your breath settle into its natural rhythm here as it syncs up with your body, with your movement. Taking a few more full rounds of breath. And then slowly finding your way back to a tabletop, bringing your shoulders back over your wrists, your hips over your knees. planting down through knees, tops of your feet and your hands. With your right hand, you're going to bring it to the back of your head. And as you inhale, peel that right elbow up towards the ceiling, lean your head back into your hand. And as you exhale, bring that right elbow underneath the left arm. Inhale as you reach up. Don't worry too much if it's not a big range of movement for you this early in your practice or at all. It doesn't matter. Take 3 more of these. Nice big inhale as you peel open, and full exhale as you find a little twist and opening through your upper back, back of your right shoulder and shoulder blade. 1 more. Big breath in and out, finding that twist. Right hand to the mat here as you come back to your tabletop. I'm going to keep with the right side though. We're going to take some circles with that right arm. So weight into your left hand a little more. Right arm reaches back and then peels open, reach all the way up and forward. And take a couple of more of these. Big circles, peeling your body open to the right as you reach up and reach forward and down. Keep going, nice big circles. We'll take 2 more. Not worrying too much about your pace. Beautiful. And then we're going to land with that right arm reaching up towards the ceiling, peeling open. And then bend your elbow, bring your hand around to rest on your low back. So back of your hand resting on your low back. Your upper body's peeling open a little to the right hand side. And then just let your head get really heavy. So left ear moves towards the left shoulder. Just till you start to feel a bit of a stretch down the right side of your neck. Relax your jaw. Take a nice big breath in. And let it out. Lift your head up, reach your right arm up, take a big breath in, and then thread your right arm underneath the left, coming down to rest on the back of your right shoulder, right ear to the mat. So your left hand is welcome to stay where it is, so you can drop the forearm, or you can take a half bind on this side with your left arm bent, wrapped around your back. Taking a few full breaths here. Bring your left hand back down to the mat. We're staying in the shape with the upper body. You're just going to take your left leg out nice and wide here. So we're straightening the leg, bringing it out wide, and you might be resting on the inner edge of the foot, or you might be on the sole of the foot, whatever feels better for your ankle. For me, it's the inner edge. Left hand again can stay where it is, or you can come back into that half bind if that feels good. Taking a couple more breaths. And then left hand comes back to the mat, releasing your right arm. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. We'll keep that left foot where it is. Maybe you roll onto the sole again if it feels comfy, otherwise stay on the inner edge. And then drop your belly down, lift your tailbone, looking forward. You might even shift your weight forward a little bit here over your wrists. Nice big breath in. As you exhale, round through your back and bring your right hip back towards your right heel. Coming into this one-legged child's pose. Now you can stay upright here if that feels better for you, or you can start to walk your hands forward, coming up onto fingertips, keeping your hands, your arms, your shoulders active. Let your head become a little bit heavier. Nice active stretch here, another 2 breaths. Slowly we start to rise back up, planting both hands down underneath your shoulders. Can you tuck your back toes under? We're going to lift up into a 3-legged dog. So lift up off that right knee. We'll shoot that left leg up behind us, press the mat away, and then bend your left knee, yawn your hip open, bringing your left foot towards your left buttocks, lifting the knee up. Take a nice big breath in. And then drawing the knee in towards your chest as you step or help your foot through in between your hands. Bring your back knee down and untuck the toes. Beautiful. Come up onto fingertips, lift your heart, lift your chest, look forward. Exhale as you rock back into your half splits or half Hanuman. You might walk hands back towards your body, peel the toes back. Inhale, bend your knee, look forward, lift your gaze, your chest. Exhale as you come back. And again, inhale forward. Exhale back. Hold here an extra couple of breaths. Find a little more length in your spine. Maybe you've got a little bend in that front leg, that's okay. Bring both hands on the inside of your leg as you bend the knee again. And this time we're going to walk the foot out nice and wide. Turn your toes out wide and your heels in. Tuck your back toes under, lift the knee up. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Sitting down into your yogi squat. So you might be here. This is where a block might come in handy. If you'd like a little bit of support here, you can sit on your block. Some of you will be flat on your feet, some of you will be on toes, that's okay. And we can just rock a little side to side. So hands could be on the mat or you might bring hands to heart. Rocking a little bit from hip to hip. Nice slow movements. And then we'll take a twist. So left hand comes down to the mat. You might be on fingertips or plant the palm. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, peeling up. And you might stay here, or maybe you take that half bind again, bending that right elbow and bringing your hand to rest either on your low back or even hooking onto your left thigh. Peeling open. You can let the left side of your head become heavy again. Get that little bit of a neck stretch. And then gently releasing, both hands come down to the mat. Slowly shifting your weight forward into hands as you lift your hips up, starting to straighten your legs and heel toe your feet in a little more narrow. You can pop your block to the side if you were using it. Let's take a halfway lift as you inhale, hands to shins. Lengthen your spine, draw your shoulders back away from your ears. Stay here for your exhale. A little more length in the spine, a big breath in. Exhale, soften your knees, fold forward, hands to the mat. Step one leg back, bring the knee down, and step the other leg back, bring the knee down. Hands back underneath your shoulders as you come back to your tabletop, back to where we began. This time, left hand behind left head. Left hand to the back of your head, as opposed to your right head. Left hand, because I have said that before and I don't know where it comes from. Left hand to the back of your head. As you inhale, left elbow peels open towards the ceiling, lift up. And as you exhale, left elbow underneath the right arm, finding that twist. Inhale as you open up, peel up. And exhale, twist. 3 more like this. With your breath, peel open on your inhale. And twisting on your exhale. 2 more. Be nice and slow. Take 1 more big breath in. And twist. Release your left hand down to the mat. And then left arm's going to sweep back, peel that arm open, reach all the way up and forward, taking a few big circles with your left arm, left shoulder like this. As your arm reaches up, we peel the body open to the left. And as it reaches forward and down, torso faces down. Take 2 more. Embracing any little clicks, any wobbles. We'll land with that left arm up towards the ceiling, reach up. And then that half bind as you bend the elbow, resting the back of your hand on your low back, and let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder without force. Just let the head become a little bit heavier. So you can get that nice little stretch down the left side of your neck this time. Beautiful. Reach your left arm up, take a nice big breath in, and then thread your left arm underneath the right, coming to rest on the back of your left shoulder, left ear to the mat. Right hand can stay where it is, or you can take any variation with that right arm. Maybe you like that half bind. Allowing your body to breathe with ease. We're going to step the right leg out wide while we're staying in this twist. If you need the support of your right hand on the mat, you can bring it back down first. And then right leg steps out wide, so your foot's about in line with your hip. And then you can keep right hand where it is, so maybe you come back to the bind. Remember, you can be on the sole of your right foot, or you can be on the inner edge of the foot. Taking a couple more breaths here. And then right hand comes back down to the mat, so you can lift up off your left shoulder, both hands to the mat. Keep that right leg out nice and wide. As you inhale, belly drops down, tailbone and heart lift. You might even rock forward slightly. And then as you exhale, rounding your back, dropping your left hip back towards your left heel. Coming to that one-legged child's pose, either staying upright or walking your hands forward, coming right up onto fingertips. Nice and active through the whole upper body. One last full breath. And then slowly lift up. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your back toes, your left toes under. Three-legged dog, right leg shoots up. And then bend your knee, yawn the hip open, right foot towards right buttocks. Feel the stretch down the front of that right thigh, right side body. And then knee to chest, draw it in as you step or help your foot through in between your hands. Back knee comes down. Untuck your back toes. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Inhale. Exhale as you rock back, half Hanuman. Peel the toes back. Inhale forward, lifting. And exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back, holding here a moment. A little more length in your spine. Feel the stretch down the back of your right leg. Bring both hands to the inside of your right leg. Let's bend the knee. Walk your right foot out nice and wide, toes wide, heels in. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand as you sit back down into your yogi squat. Option to pop the block underneath your bum here. Again, you might rock a little side to side. Hands could be on the mat or together in front of your heart. Just a little bit of movement here first. And then right hand to the mat as your left arm lifts towards the ceiling. Reaching up, maybe you stay here, or you might bend the elbow, come into that half bind again. And if it feels good, right ear can drop towards the right shoulder. Let the left shoulder relax a little so you can get a little bit of a nice neck stretch. Beautiful, gently release. We're going to come to sit down. So if you've got a block underneath you, I'll get you to remove it. You might take a little more supported approach with one hand in front, one hand behind to drop down, or for a little more strength or spiciness, forgot the word, you can drop your hips down. Let's extend legs out in front. Sit up nice and tall. Ground your heels. We'll reach arms up. A nice big breath in. As you exhale, folding forward, take a little bend into your knees if you need, and let your hands come down wherever they reach. Find a little more length in your spine. Aiming for belly towards the thighs, more so than head towards the knees. A couple more breaths. Beautiful. Slowly release as you roll your way all the way back up. If you would like to take a Shavasana here, you're very welcome to pause the video, pop on a guided Shavasana or meditation. If you'd like to come out with me, we'll come back to a seated position. Just sitting up nice and tall in any way that feels comfortable and supportive for you. Bring your hands together before your heart as you sit up nice and tall. Lift your heart to meet your thumbs. A nice big breath in, filling up. And a long sigh out. And again, big breath in. Long sigh out. Big thank you for letting me guide you today. I hope you're feeling good in your body and your mind. Hope you've shifted some energy or gained some energy from your practice, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day or afternoon or evening whenever it is you're practicing this. And I will see you, or you will see me very soon. Thanks, guys.